And this Duke team won 93-55 over JMU in the second round in Brooklyn. McCain had 30 points. Jeremy Roach brings so much experience. Meanwhile, for Houston, they got by Texas A&M 100-95 in OT. Emmanuel Sharp went for 30 points in that one. Houston known for its defense, but man, did they get it done offensively. First all-time meeting between these two schools were underway.
I need to do it right now. Houston Cougars go a little minute.
Right away, Houston, they want to make this a street fight. Duke's going to have to protect the ball, not turn it over, and knock down those threes from downtown.
And there is a turnover.
Nice, the ball screen where they so big, you got to make them pay for it.
Roach coughs it up. Houston 32-4. They went 15-3 in the Big 12 in their first season in the conference.
I like to go to Roberts early.
And he likes that leg. That shoulder going over his right. Boy, usually he's on the block.
Roberts gets the scoring started.
You want to play with Houston. You need energy, drive, effort, and intensity.
Filipowski gives it up. It's going to be a different level of intensity that Duke faces here with Houston. Sharp there defensively on Roach, and that sails over the head of Proctor.
You know, as bad as that pass was, they have to go side to side. They got to make them work, maybe even 3 times.
I agree, but right now Duke rattled. 2 turnovers to start the game. Not the start that John Shire wanted. Got to be tough, got to be strong with the ball if you're Duke.
This is year 2 for Shire as the head man of this program, replacing Mike Krzyzewski. Shed steps in, missed it off the heel, rebound, Roberts leaves it inside, Francis reverses it.
And that's Houston Cougar basketball. They feast on the offensive glass. One of the best.
They just like to chase it, shoot it, and chase it. This is the guy that's got to be a stud, I think, Mitchell.
Proctor missed it long on a 3. Rebound knocked over to Roberts for Houston.
You got Proctor on Shead. Shead's so good at getting into the paint and creating.
Big 12 player of the year. Slowed down on a special delivery to Francis.
Well, that was a burst right there. Shead doing what he does. Alley-oop, and right now early, it's all Houston in Dallas.
Cheer on your favorite NCAA team with officially licensed fan gear. For the best selection of team apparel and accessories, head to ncaa.com/shop. Tournament summary, NC State, the 11th seed, advances to the Elite Eight for the first time since 1986. Purdue knocks off Gonzaga 80-68. They're in the Elite Eight, the ACC 10-2 so far in the tournament. Kelvin Sampson's team has thrown an early punch, and we got an early knockdown of Duke.
And a big thing with Duke, quick passes out of those double, cut hard to bail out the passer as well, and maybe 5 out, spread this defense, and make sure you go side to side, patient, and get as many good looks as you can.
They shot 52% against James Madison.
Nice help. Look at this.
And suffocating defense creates the 3rd turnover of the night for Duke. Shead shifting gears.
Get it away from the sideline at the other end.
It's one-on-one with Proctor. Half-court set here for the Cougars. Sharp using the Cryer screen switch.
Sharp can drill it, no question. Nice big show and a recovery in the back.
Roberts, short one, no. Filipowski gets knocked down on the play and got hit in the face, but a foul called underneath.
And these are grown men out here for Houston, the way they play, the physicality. And on the glass, we talked about it, Houston, I mean, they rebound 37% of their missed shots. So it's got to be a collective team effort for Duke to block out.
And Francis' game is that offensive glass.
Foul on Filipowski. Oh, he went for the crank. Francis missed it off the rim, but controlled by Houston. 6-0 lead for the Cougars.
Roach got to make sure Shead doesn't turn the corner.
Cryer won a national championship with Baylor. Gets it inside.
Look at
Roberts. Through 2 defenders, Roberts slithers in. They can't stop them.
Jared McCain really had a disadvantage on that switch.
You got a double team in that situation.
Yeah, you got to help him.
8-0 lead for Houston.
You got to get Flip involved in the low block right now for Duke.
Duke looks shaken.
Staying right there.
Foul is called.
Kelvin's upset on the sideline.
Would look like Flip might have done a little swim move. As you see Roberts just take his time back down, spin. And it's amazing how left-handed guys get back.
Get away. But nobody stunted from the top. You got to help your partner out. They're having a ball.
So the foul was called underneath. Javier Francis and Sharp were there defensively. Sharp was upset. Kelvin Sampson was upset. Trigger in for Filipowski.
Nothing easy right now for Duke. Every pass, everything contested.
Duke never trailed against James Madison.
Who's the guy that got to get going? Roach. Nice tip.
Knocked to the outside. McCain saves it. Proctor, swing. Filipowski. Got it.
Nice extra pass. Tyrese on the money on the delivery.
8-3 lead for Houston.
Playing big now with Young on the floor. Realizing this team just cracks.
Duke switch, put Roach on Shead right now. Maybe he can slide his feet and keep Shead in front of him.
Young is in for Mitchell. Shead loses his footing, and that's out of bounds. Turnover, Houston.
And Flip, he can stand outside and knock down those threes. But as you said, great swing action. Get that defense to shift, create opportunities. Duke getting some confidence on that last possession on offense.
Filipowski scored just 3 points in the first-round victory over Vermont. Better offensively in the second round, more opportunities. 14 points, 5 rebounds, and
McCain should have shot that.
Out of bounds.
Really nice play. Off of Young, a little curl.
that is 4 turnovers for Duke early. This has been at a different level for the Blue Devils. We'll see if they can adjust against Houston. 8-3, Houston in front. Let's send it over to Tracy Wolfson.
Well, thanks a lot, Ian. John Shire told me yesterday these first 4 minutes were going to tell a lot in terms of how they were going to be able to handle Houston's physicality and toughness. Now, this Duke team was unable to do that last year in the tournament, losing to Tennessee. They've heard it all. They've heard them call soft when describing them, so they are out to prove something tonight, but certainly, guys, not the start they wanted.
No, not at all. This Duke squad answered a lot of questions in the first round and the second round wins over Vermont and JMU. And Tracy, you said it, John Shire certainly wanted to see how his team responded in the first 4 minutes. Houston has looked sharp. Emmanuel Sharp with a bucket.
It just had a 30-point game in their last second round matchup. Emmanuel Sharp against Texas A&M. Brings a lot of swagger, Kelvin Simpson said yesterday.
I tell you, I don't want ball. I wouldn't ball screen at all. Pass and cut. Don't let them double.
Proctor penetrates, pulls up, connects.
Poise, that's what they need. And make sure you check out. Stick your guy if you're Duke.
And right now for Houston, the guards, Shead and Cryer, who lead this team, haven't scored. It's been everybody else getting it going, particularly in the paint.
Roberts drives in, denied, and a foul. Ryan Young got him. Watch Masters Live for exclusive coverage of Amen Corner, holds 15 and 16, and featured groups. Watch live on the CBS Sports app. So we talked about Duke a year ago, what happened to them. Houston a year ago lost in the Sweet 16 to Miami, 89-75. This team is the #1 seed in the South. It is certainly a pro-Houston crowd here in Dallas. This is what they wanted. Memphis opening weekend, Dallas second weekend, and of course Phoenix in the final weekend.
And they were #1 seed, I think, last year too when they lost. So you know that Shead and Roberts and of course Kelvin Sampson have been waiting for this opportunity to get back to this moment.
52% free throw shooter. Roberts came up empty. But this I like.
Filipowski misses on a 3-ball. Young battling, keeps it alive, and it's controlled by Cryer.
You got to let them know you're in the game. This team just perseveres. Cryer, shooter,
doesn't take the 3, takes the 2. It rims out, rebounded by Filipowski.
Still think you got to give Filipowski some touches on the block.
Transition D2 is excellent.
Bumping bodies, double team comes. Filipowski,
nice
swing. Roach misses on a 3-ball.
I'm not sure how Filipowski saw the open man on that pass right there.
Great diagonal look.
Beautiful trap.
10-5, Houston.
Trying to ice Shead. He went left twice early.
Feed it. Roberts on an island with Young.
Likes to bounce and always the right shoulder.
Missed it. Rebounded by Filipowski. Houston team #1 of the country, points allowed, 57.7 per game. Young pauses and scores.
And that's all Filipowski. The early look. Jared on the wing there, and what a nice find. And giving him some nice minutes here.
Well, Young knowing Houston, a great shot blocking team, so great patience and ball fake there to get that layup.
5th straight trip to the Sweet 16 for Houston. Gonzaga is the other team to do it.
Oh, he pushed off too.
Out of bounds.
But they are hustling and fighting.
Physical.
Pretty good timeout.
Let's take a look at our AT&T connected cam.
Nice good look here, wide open underneath Young. But that pass by Filipowski set it up.
Look, two pump fakes right there by Young, knowing that the big guys were lurking.
And Jawan Roberts took a shot right there, an elbow from McCain as they were fighting for the loose ball.
He will play through everything.
Damian Dunn is in, Cedric Lott is in. Dunn winning out, and it's rebounded by Roach.
Roberts had that shin problem, finger problems. One of his favorites.
Filipowski waits, double team.
Somebody's got to cut.
Tries to fight through, he's fouled.
Stepping through.
Smart play by Filipowski.
Lot maybe.
When you get double teamed like that, you want to attack it. You don't want to let the double team get the best of you. He splits it right there and able to draw the foul.
And they give it to Roberts.
And they are leaning too with injuries.
Joseph Tugler done for the year. He was an impact defender for them.
That set play. Nice look for Roach on a double up top.
But he missed it from the outside. 10-7 Houston. Houston had the quick start, 3 of 4. 2 of its last 7.
Crier's the one guy on this lineup right now.
Ooh, Crier took a poke to the eye.
You can't leave him alone.
Shead one-on-one with McCain. McCain considered going to Houston. Final 2 scores with Duke. Shead missed it on the interior. The ball's out of bounds. Off of Houston. A foul called off the rebound action. It's Lott.
Filipowski's really been tough on the rebound.
He's been tough inside. I thought right here, great defense by McCain one-on-one.
There's the poke.
Poke in the eye right there by Crier. Excuse me. But you know what? Duke has withstood this force that first 4 minutes of the game. They got punched in the mouth, and you know what? That was a good timeout by Shire, and they've regrouped, and they're showing a little bit more toughness now the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Ramon Walker Jr. in. He replaces Jawan Roberts. Roberts is nowhere close to 100%. He's been dealing with a shin injury. Duke down by 3. Filipowski draws a crowd. Tough angle. Filipowski tries to pivot and missed it on the inside. Young, head fake. Young is fouled.
They are competing on the glass, and you have to do that. And let them know you're alive.
They double team big to big, so Ryan Young is open on the weak side. Able to use his side. Flip, didn't walk there, kept his pivot foot. Right now, Duke showing a little heart right there on the glass, taking a page out of Houston's book.
And the second foul on Lott. Lott is only playing because of that broken foot that Joseph Tugler sustained. Young, a 67% free throw shooter, transfer from Northwestern. And now Sean Stewart will see his first action. The freshman replaces Filipowski.
I've seen him in some good moments going back to last month, and I think this is a good game for him in terms of competitiveness, physicality.
Missed them both. Empty trip. No points for Houston, though, over the last 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Walker's been dealing with a bruised knee, came back from it. Dunn in the paint. Veteran missed it. Transfer from Temple, off the mark.
And good job defensively by McCain.
Cougars have gone cold. Young keeps the ball moving to Roach.
Boy, they are getting away from the screens quickly.
No space for McCain, unlike the game against JMU.
They trapped the screen and roll so hard.
penetration. Roach
got hit.
tries to fake. Kick it out. McCain rings out on a three. Young got his hands on it. Out of bounds. Off of Houston.
Well, Young has really been aggressive. Nice to see.
It's competitive. It's physical. It's the Sweet 16.
Coach, I know a lot of frustration right there, but you haven't scored in over 4 minutes. What do you have to get back to doing?
Nothing. Just make the shots we're taking. You know, sometimes we say, well, what's wrong with the offense? Sometimes the answer is the ball's not going in.
All right, Tracy, 10-7. Houston leads Duke. This was right at the start of the timeout. Kelvin Sampson had some words for the officiating crew. Jeffrey Anderson grabbed him just to have a chat. And that's when Tracy spoke with Coach Sampson.
He can get after it. Oklahoma State, they were way ahead. He got a double T. They got a little vacation, so he can get after it.
Well, I'll tell you, the way this team plays, he gets after it in practice, I'm sure.
Oh, I would say. But they respond to him. And thus far, Duke has responded nicely.
Sampson has been to the Final Four with Houston in 2021, with Oklahoma in 2002. Filipowski is back in for Duke. Get it to the outside, and Roach.
Nice.
Pull up, missed it on a fade short. Stewart tries to keep it alive. It's tracked down by Francis.
Roach lost his balance just a little. Get a piece of that lane, that's important.
Cougars have missed their last 5 shots.
And Crier's got to get involved here. He is too valuable from the perimeter.
And he did got involved in an offensive foul.
And I like that. Jeremy Roach fighting over the screen right there. And Crier pushed off with his left elbow right there. But I love how Jeremy Roach avoided the screen to get through to draw that foul.
So we've been stuck at this number for a while. It's 10-7 Houston.
Good defense on both teams.
They're used to this number, though. They like to keep it down with their great D.
Proctor drop it inside. Quick double comes.
Somebody cut right at the rim.
McCain puts it on the deck. Crier, physical. McCain travels.
Yeah, little hop. I thought he could have reversed it, and he had a post up for Stewart on the low box.
That is the 5th turnover for Duke. He continued on the drive after the hop step.
They got shooters now on the floor. Crier and Sharp.
Shead inside the arc. In and out. Rebound secured by Stewart.
Little double drag up top.
6 missed shots in a row for Houston.
And all the bigs for Houston, their lateral movement. They can guard bigs and litters.
They don't mind switching off.
Filipowski. Air ball.
Looks like he could have used the glass there, Grant.
And Crier saves it.
Francis playing center right now. You got to keep him off the glass.
Drop in. Crier banks it home.
That wasn't easy right there. Good defense, physical defense from Roach. But great concentration on that runner going the wrong way for Crier.
Yeah, he's going to be able to go to the rim because they all know he can drill it deep.
First 2 of the night for Katy, Texas native, L.J. Crier. Filipowski drives in. Rims out. Out of bounds, off of Duke. Friday, April 5th, see why critics call Fire Country explosive, action-packed, and a must-watch. Catch up now. Get ready for the can't miss new episode Friday, April 5th on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
And Raph, it's safe to say that the officials both ways are letting them play.
Which is to the advantage, I think, of Houston.
You're right.
Mark Mitchell back in for Duke.
He's got to get going, Bird.
Here's Roberts on a back end. Big against small, big wins.
Loves that right shoulder. And he lets you know as well. I think he heard your little broadcast.
14-7 Houston. Roberts with 6 points, 5 rebounds. Filipowski asking for it. McCain is dealing with some serious defense from Shead. He loses the ball. Proctor goes up, and it's knocked out of bounds off of Duke.
They create havoc. Always in the right spot, always rotate properly, aggressive by nature.
there. You said it best. Getting back to that left hand, having the smaller McCain on him. Filipowski tried to come a little late. Roberts gives them that inside presence that they need.
It is now a 5-minute scoring drought for Duke.
Same play.
Roberts, he gets McCain, kick it, the back in by Cryer.
Oh, they're really on the catch on the shooters.
10 to shoot.
Same thing.
Offense has run through Roberts, and he's not going to get away with that one. It's an offensive foul. The contact, he was anticipating it.
Smart.
And the bang turns into the second foul for Roberts.
Right there, McCain stepping in there, absorbing the contact. It looked like Roberts a little too much there, dropping that left shoulder, and now has to sit with those 2 fouls, I believe.
Yes. I'll go over and tell Kelvin it was a good call.
Maybe later.
Yell at me like I'm an official.
Ramon Walker Jr. back in. 6 turnovers for Duke, just 3 made field goals. They've missed 8 of their last 9 shots. We approach 8 minutes to go in this first half. Duke has 7 points. Mitchell, drive and kick. Blake's is in. Blake's trying to create. Missed it on a rainbow. Blake's on a kick.
Open look.
McCain got him.
And that's the most dangerous time, as we all know. Kick there. Get the puppies organized.
Jared McCain averages 14 points per game. His first 3 points of the night.
Nice play by Blake's as well.
Work it around the perimeter. Shead has got the big Filipowski. Shead to the corner. Walker missed it. And the loose ball controlled by Filipowski of Duke. The Aussie, Tyrese Proctor with the handles.
Good defense.
And the step in. Shead goes upstairs for the deuce.
That's what's dangerous on cross-court play. They jump the passing lane. Pressure on the passer. Ignites that open floor opportunity.
See that burst though? Shead, oh my.
Steal and score for Jamal Shead. They have 10 points off of Duke turnovers, and they lead 16 to 10. Mitchell looks his way in. It's denied.
Watch Cryer in the delay.
Shead, there's a race. Puts an English on it. Follow doesn't go for Francis, and Jamal Shead is down. Jumper, McCain short.
And he's staying down too.
Shead is still not up. Ball is loose. Francis gets on top of it.
Well, let's hope he's okay. Oh my goodness.
And Jamal Shead is in serious pain.
He may be one of the toughest minded and physically tough kids I've ever seen. Let's hope he's okay.
Back here in Dallas with Houston in front 16 to 10. The concern right now is for Jamal Shead. This is what happened on that drive. The right ankle.
Ooh.
He just planted awkwardly right there, and he goes so fast when he turns that corner and then has to stop quickly. And being escorted there to the locker room. He is too important, too valuable to this Houston team to not be out there.
If possible, you know he's coming back.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way he is.
No, I believe 100% he'll be back.
Roberts went over to see him, and they've been through it during the course of their careers.
Shead means so much. He's the engine for this team. He's the Big 12 Player of the Year. He's the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. He's the heart and soul of the squad. He controls the pace. He controls the game. And right now it's L.J. Cryer handling it. Malik Wilson, who played at Texas Tech in Louisiana, has checked in for the first time. Cryer probing. Kick it out for Walker. Shot clock down to 10. Cryer fakes on McCain, spins, and the bounce doesn't go his way. Knocked over to McCain.
I'll tell you, McCain's doing a good job taking that challenge defensively. But for Houston, they just got to get out of this half with Shead out of the game, and of course Roberts with 2 fouls.
Duke has turned it over 7 times. They had 6 turnovers the entire game against James Madison in the second round.
And at 10 seconds, they're still out in the perimeter with his excellent D.
Nothing cooking right now. Roach trying to fake, kick. Filipowski peeks at the clock. Shot clock winding down. The jumper goes. throws! A bailout!
Have we seen a few of those tonight? What a find by Roche and the step in by the big guy.
Filipowski's jumper cuts it to 3.
Wilson on the floor, as you noted, Bird makes some tough shots. You make the 3 at the top of the key as well.
Cryer, fake, jumper, knocks it down.
And they isolated him the entire side to operate one-on-one. He loves to go left right there. Cryer has to get going for Houston right now, under man.
Taking over for his buddy. Shead, childhood buddies. Got to be careful. The offensive foul on Filipowski.
It's going the other way. That is number 2 on Kyle Filipowski.
They do get into your psyche, though. They're right up, tough, force you to do silly things like that. They're far away from the play. After making that 3.
So he stays in there. 5 minutes to go, first half. 18-13 Houston. McCain overcommitted. Cryer couldn't make him pay. Missed it. Rebound, fought for, and that's going to be a foul on Houston.
Tough sellout with a guy like that can shoot it.
Watch the men's Sweet 16 on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Download it now. Stay up to date on all the action. It's going to be Damian Dunn picking up the foul. And now team fouls at 7 on Houston.
And Blake's over 93% shooter.
And Walker is back on the bench for Houston.
You know, guys, during this run, I don't know if I've seen a game this physical during this tournament thus far that we've covered.
No.
I mean, both teams getting after it.
They are. They're competing at a high level. Mitchell on the floor. He's got to make a statement, I think.
It's got to be a factor.
Yeah, he does.
So they sit Filipowski. It's Young in the middle. Mitchell at the 4 spot. And now Proctor will check back in, replacing Blakes, who gave them a little something.
Yeah, and Mitchell's had some good games. Syracuse 21, Wake 23, Notre Dame 23. We'll take half of that right now.
Quick jab. Sharp. And the rebound controlled by Young.
He stepped out or got pushed out.
So Houston's going to get it back.
They don't assume anything. Francis, though, putting that pressure on Ryan Young on that rebound. And it looked like Young just stumbled his feet. Might have been a little bump there, a little raftery bump.
So it's Tavern League discard.
Damian Dunn one-on-one with Roach. He's got the size at 6'5".
He can elevate.
Dunn fakes. Short. Rebounded by Mitchell.
I think Sharp's got to get some more touches on the other end for Houston. Mentioned his numbers the other night. Nice cross.
Through traffic. Roach gives it up. Mitchell slams it down.
All because of penetration. You've got to create off the bounce. They take away your set patterns. Rely on your individual ability.
Houston leads by 1. First field goal of the night for Mitchell. Driving in. Sharp is fouled.
The ability to get in the lane and cause some damage. Mitchell, big time performance at the rim. Send it in, big fella. 2 in a row.
Tomorrow, another huge college hoops title on the line. Catch Minnesota State taking on Nova Southeastern NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Championship. That's tomorrow, 3 Eastern, CBS streaming on Paramount+. Game summary, Houston up by 1. Neither team shooting it well. 8 turnovers for Duke. Of course, the lead story right now, the status of Jamal Shead. Still in the locker room. Tracy is over there waiting for word. Shead turned his right ankle. It looked severe.
And then you had Roberts with the 2 fouls on the bench, and they're lean to begin with.
Sharp at the free throw line where he shoots it at 85%. Pure score, bigger role in this is sophomore year. 2 out of 2. Houston up by 3.
And he knows how to get free, too. He places beautifully.
Part of the challenge, though, is Shead creates a lot of those open looks that he's been getting as of late.
It's got so Crier's going to be more of a place penetration. I think they'll call the charge.
They will.
Yep.
It is Jeremy Roach out of control going to the rim.
And Roach should have just dropped it off right there. Mark Mitchell, the similar play on the previous possession. And once again, Shead, I mean, he rolled that pretty. It's tough.
Anybody who's played knows that can be devastating. But when you play against this club, you've got to jump stop. You can't go too deep against Houston.
Cryer gets into the paint.
Nice help by Mitchell, too.
10 to shoot.
Taking away the 3 with the challenge. Good D.
The jab and jumper is an air ball.
I'm impressed the bounce back of Duke. They've shown some competitive zeal, getting in the right spots, helping one another out, challenging shots.
Houston is 0 of 4 from three-point territory. We approach 3 minutes to go in this first half. Swing it, McCain.
Pull up.
On target.
Big time.
He heard you from earlier.
And you know what's interesting? Without Roberts, they don't show as big on that ball screen.
20 to 19. Cougars. Wilson using the Francis screen.
Young with those 2 fouls, too, with a big-time show.
Sharp. Spins. Can't finish it.
And going the other way.
And a foul called. It is going to be against Houston. We check in with Tracy.
I watched Jamal Shead be helped to the locker room. He hardly was able to put weight on that right ankle. He went in. That's where he is right now. He is being evaluated by doctors. I was told he is questionable to return, but he will not return before the half. There is an X-ray machine right down the hall, but he has yet to leave the locker room. So that's good news. We'll get further information at halftime.
All right, Tracy, thank you. Jamal Shead, Naismith Player of the Year finalist. What he's done, his fingerprints are all over this Houston team. And Duke now has a chance to take the lead at the 2:46 mark of this first half with Tyrese Proctor at the free throw line.
And you take away the leader of the pack, too. I mean, his head for the game is understanding, getting others involved. And now it's scoring guards running the show.
First lead of the night for Duke. The 4 seed in the South taking on the 1 seed Houston.
Automatic switch on the perimeter.
Francis hands it off back to Cryer. They follow him with 2. Cryer tried to loop it. Rebounded by Young.
He has been impressive. Northwestern transfer grad.
Duke weathered the early Houston storm. And now up by 1. With possession as we approach 2 minutes to go. First half.
Nice.
McCain tried to feed Mitchell, but good hands there by Wilson.
Nice curl.
Coming up, AT&T at the half. First half analysis, update on Creighton, Tennessee. NCAA tournament news, it's all coming up. AT&T at the half.
Corner jumper here. Screen the screener.
Get it in. Proctor.
Nice hit and follow, though.
Brings out. And the rebound controlled by Walker.
And right now for Houston, having trouble scoring, asking guys to do things they don't normally do.
Sharp drives in, didn't have the angle. Francis is fouled.
Michael McCain underneath there. Jared stuck his hand in there. But you can see out of sync now, guys trying to do some things on their own without the leader.
Like they relied so much on Shead. I mean, Shead really set the table. You said it best, a conductor out there on offense. So difficult. And with Roberts out of the game, at least he gives you something in the low block.
Francis shoots it at 58% at the line.
Not just some of those injuries, of course. Walker with that knee injury, torn
Tugler,
meniscus.
How about Terrence Arsenault?
Yeah.
They lost to an Achilles injury in December, so they've had to go very deep. Francis airballs the second.
That's not his game. He's a defender, offensive rebounder. He just has to do what he does best.
Everybody trying to do just a little bit more, but outside their normal roles to do it. Roach on a kick. McCain drives in. Open look. Mitchell doesn't take it. Instead, he penetrates. Proctor looks at the clock with 10 to shoot. High screen Young. Now it's Walker defensively. Proctor, killer cross, off balance, short. Rebounded by Francis.
Multiple efforts defensively.
Boy, they wear you out.
Houston has missed 9 of its last 10 shots from the field. They trail Duke 21-20 with 1:13 to go. First half. Coming back. No matter who you're rooting for, fan work is thirsty work. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Duke 21, Houston 20. 1:13 to play in this first half for the Cougars. Tough to smile, but they still have to go out and compete even without their leader Jamal Shead. Waiting for a further update on Shead. Turned his right ankle on a drive to the rim.
And there's no inside game whatsoever. It's all perimeter now. So dribble drive.
And nothing easy on the perimeter for Houston. The defense of Duke has been suffocating.
Sure has.
8-0 Houston to start the game.
Out of bounds.
Turnover. They've been outscored 21-12 by Duke since. Malik Wilson trying to take the baseline.
On your, on the run when you have to change your whole format.
Sure.
Just destroys the rhythm, the offensive sets. And as Grant noted, Duke has been terrific on the defensive end in particular.
Mitchell, handoff, McCain. Under a minute to go in this first half. Back in, McCain. Ready. Nails it.
And he does the small. Overpowered in that lane.
23-20 Duke. He's got 7 points to lead all scores. And the shot clock is turned off. Pryor out front, watched by Proctor. 15 seconds left.
You know who the shooters are for your Duke? Sharp's got to get busy.
Spread it with 6. Now they get into their action. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Pryor floats it up. Baker goes at the buzzer.
How about that big play? Just that blur screen threw him off a little bit. Pryor, a little shake and bake and a kiss at the half.
Watch this hesitation, a little half Smitty move.
How about this one?
Send it over to Tracy.
Coach, your team rattled a little early, but how do you like how they weathered the storm down the stretch here?
Yeah, I love the fight. I mean, that's what you have to do against these guys. It's going to be a 40-minute fight. Obviously, we got knocked back right away, but for us to come out and take the lead in the half, we just got to get regrouped and have some boys and get stops. That's what it's going to come down to.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, Tracy, end of the first half here in Dallas, Texas. Duke, the 4 seed in the South, leading Houston, the 1 seed, 23-22. AT&T at the half is coming up after these messages. Look at our Capital One first half stats. This has not been pretty from an offensive standpoint. Houston did a little bit of damage on the inside to open things up. Duke turned it over 9 times in that first half. Jamal Shead has rejoined his teammates, and we're going to get more right now from Tracy Wolfson.
That's right. Jamal Shead actually led his teammates out onto the court. He did have x-rays taken during halftime. I was told those x-rays were negative. They are calling it a severely sprained ankle. They heavily taped it, and they are leaving the door open for him to return, Ian.
All right, Tracy, Ian Eagle, Grant Hill, Bill Raftery. Jamal Shead is one tough guy. Certainly leadership, that plays a big role. He's out there with his teammates. He is not out on the floor, though.
Well, his presence is big on the bench. He is that leader, the emotional leader of this team, but they need him on the court. I would just say, as someone who's played when I shouldn't have played, he should be very smart about what he does in this next 20 minutes.
Well, we've all been at practices with him, and he helps coach the team and coach the players. He talks to Kelvin, directs drills. Such an important aspect of his contributions to this team, so it's good to see him. And hopefully, if the opportunity presents itself and it doesn't involve any further damage, he'd get out there, no question about it.
So this is right now going to have to be done by committee. Look it up. Francis couldn't finish it on the jam, but he's fouled. So heading back to the free throw line where he has had some problems tonight.
And nice look by Sharp. They're doing that point guard by committee. Bring it this way. Nice little dive to the rim.
And Mitchell did a great job. He sniffed it out right there and thought he got all ball right there.
You're right.
Great contest.
Javier Francis from New Orleans, junior, who sports a 7'5" wingspan. Well, this Houston team is just 2 of 7 at the free throw line. They trail by 1.
He does struggle from the line. Good for you.
They are tied at 23. Drag them out here in Dallas.
Got to get a piece of the lane if you're Duke. Dribble drive, stay with nice little penetration.
Filipowski hangs and hits on the fake handoff and the drive right to the cup.
Big time, nobody at the rim to defend either.
8 points for Kyle Filipowski. He leads all scores.
I think Roberts got to get some touches. If the perimeter guys can't do anything.
Wilson couldn't turn the corner on Proctor. He's going to take it from the outside and cans it.
And a good side right there from Wilson. Houston struggled in that first half when Shead went out, scoring the ball from the perimeter. The jump shooters have got to get going and hit some shots.
And the first points from the bench tonight for the Cougars.
He's got a good pull-up game, though.
Mitchell, give it up.
Turn the corner.
McCain to Filipowski. Now it's Roach. Shot clock winding down. Roach, bottom.
Tough kid. Tournament time. He steps up.
First 2 of the night for Jeremy Roach, senior from Leesburg, Virginia. Roberts one-on-one with Mitchell.
Force him to the counter. He's got one. Are you shot?
When you want to get on his right shoulder, but you can't give him that much space there. You got to be honest defensively.
Houston crowd is now spirited. 2 minutes gone by in the second half, tied at 27.
I'd still like to see Filipowski get on the block.
Nice split, which you have to do.
It's denied by Francis.
And how about the pursuit right there from Francis? Did not give up on the play.
How about the wingspan, too?
He just elongated right there.
You don't want to pay for his shirts.
Second block for Javier Francis. McCain catches it. Roach outside. Missed it. Rebounded Filipowski.
Kept it up big.
Proctor's jumper, no. That was the same team. 2 Duke guys battling for it. Mitchell and Filipowski. Roach left the ball. Book it in the paint.
Breakdowns you don't see generally.
And the offensive rebounds for Duke, taking a page out of Houston's book.
29-27. Blue Devils.
A rip screen for Roberts into the post.
I think you can stay at home every place. Individual D.
Roberts trying to do it himself. He's fouled.
I'm thinking.
Not sure who that was on. Was it on Filipowski?
Could have been him. Now they're going to go the other way with Mitchell.
And Roberts very comfortable in the post, facing up, and he's going to go hard left there. Mitchell going to have to take that challenge, but they're going to lean heavily on Roberts here this second half.
The more you watch him, he can go 2-3 dribbles too.
He can.
Roberts very rugged. There's a toughness to him. He was 0 of 2 at the free throw line. Get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com.
Without Shead, you can see who the leader is right now. Roberts, he gathers the group.
And Duke probably won't double team. They don't want to leave those shooters.
No.
1 out of 2. Filipowski, the box out for Duke. 29-28. Blue Devils in front. 3 minutes elapsed in this second half.
Little flare screen. And look at the footwork by Sharp.
Filipowski one-on-one. Takes it at Roberts. The spin and kick to the outside. The jumper goes down. It's Proctor.
about the presence of Filipowski? Patience, the 5, and just get him organized and drill it.
7 points for the sophomore from Sydney, Australia. Cryer, stop and go, and he gets to the 10.
And great patience right there, kind of froze the defense. Cryer has to get going for Houston.
8 points now for L.J. Cryer, 32-30 Duke. 20 points in the paint for the Cougars. Filipowski.
Boy, they are riding him nice hands
Stripped
by
to the
Roberts.
ball. Roberts knocked it out. 14 to shoot.
And Ref, every time Filipowski puts the ball on the floor, you see Francis coming to help. Great hands there by Roberts. But I think more of that, if he gets into that paint, he's going to have open shooters on the perimeter.
Get it in. McCain missed it from the outside. Rebounded by Malik Wilson. Undermanned. Houston down by 2. 4 minutes gone by in the second half. They have not missed from the field. 3 of 3 since the break. Switch out front. Cryer and Proctor. Handoff. Cryer off balance floater.
That's his game right there.
Francis, the follow goes. We're tied at 32.
That kid is active on the glass. You got to stick him. Well, they had a nice slip on that ball screen.
Mitchell drives in. Couldn't finish. Mitchell, the follow, no. And Mitchell couldn't grab it. Francis does.
Nice roll.
Roberts missed it on the inside. Filipowski a factor and a foul called. Off the rebound action, Mitchell got his body in there. All tied up in Dallas. It's been 30 years since Duke beat a higher seed in the NCAA tournament. Oh, look who was on the call. A real pro. Greg Gumbel, Bill Raftery, Grant Hill, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. The Blue Devils get the win over Purdue 69-60. They've lost 6 straight against higher seeds since. But in context, Duke is normally the higher seed in these situations.
Bird, I know where Grant and I were in '94.
Yeah.
Where were you?
1994? I know where I was.
Where exactly?
Oh, I was with you! And where was Tracy?
Tracy and I look the same. Well, you have aged miserably.
I have. It's been a rough 30 years, Phil. Grant, you look the same. Nothing's changed. Amazing.
Oh my God! My friend, by the way, is going to be so upset that you put that up.
Who was that, Tracy? Who was with you?
That's Jessica Koch.
Nice.
And my best friend from college, and I was a freshman, sophomore at that time at Michigan.
And Bird was renting his suits in those days. That's a lot better.
I just returned it 2 weeks ago. There was a late fee.
Oh, man.
We're tied at 32. Cryer circles. Very sharp. Gets to the baseline, couldn't finish it. Francis trying to clear.
Off of him.
Off the hand of Wilson. Out of bounds.
Nice hands by Roche. Boy, Sharp got a great look on the baseline, too. Able to knock that baby down. An easy call right here.
Duke's field goal percentage is at 35%. Houston is shooting it at 40%. Inside! Big finish! Ryan Young going to the upper room.
And great adjustment out of that timeout, John Shire, knowing the big trap is coming. They had Ryan Young run right to the rim. Great pass and delivery and finish.
And Duke is up by 2.
Solo here now. Nice cut.
Francis.
It's almost worth fouling him if you got that situation.
He got caught in no man's land thinking there would be a teammate. That is 6 turnovers for the Cougars.
All right, the big guys here, Grant. I think you should help Filipowski if he gets it outside. I think you could do some damage against Roberts away from the rim.
Here's Roach. Drives in. Pull up. He's got it.
Good stuff. I'll tell you, something about March. The way he plays.
I love how he's not settling, getting downhill into the paint, taking over in the mid-range.
6 points all this half. Cryer trying to hook a pass inside. Young steps in front. of Jawan Roberts.
Just got a little too deep.
Should have shot that.
Yeah, exactly.
Duke worked through the nerves early. They've settled themselves, and obviously without Jamal Shead, this has been a completely different game.
Nice little set that Duke ran. Look at this look. This is what I think he can do.
Filipowski, he tried to squeeze it in there to Young. It's out of bounds.
And Filipowski at 7 feet can play on the perimeter, but also put the ball on the floor. Because he can hit that three-point shot, you have to honor that. And he can get downhill. As you said, he should have just gone in and tried to score.
Houston's been outscored 26-16 since Shead went down with the ankle injury.
Now Cryer and Sharp off the ball with a little floppy set here. Got to get them going, they do.
Cryer, it rattles in.
Oh, nobody tagged him. Lock and load.
Shead providing emotional support. They wouldn't close the door on the idea of him returning, but boy, it feels very unlikely.
Again, the ability to beat Roberts, going to find somebody.
Filipowski, extra feed, jumper Roach, cha-ching! It's a three!
And Proctor not gambling with that pass. Right on the money.
39-34, Duke in front. This is the biggest lead.
Same
Five.
set.
Cryer answers with a triple.
He's taking over, but he's very good without the basketball. Fake like he was going the other side. Pop back out, drills it.
13 points to lead all scorers. 39-37 Duke. 12 minutes to play. Filipowski, fend off, step back, missed it long. Rebounded by Wilson.
I didn't like that shot for Filipowski. Continue to attack and draw two defenders like you've been doing. I think you got to go back to Cryer here.
I like Wilson at the point. Lets the two shooters do the damage with their cuts. Here comes Sharp.
Screen, switch. Wilson with Proctor. Help from Filipowski. Swing it. Francis. Not usually a threat from there, and that's why. Rebounded by Young.
Good D forces the wrong guy, or the correct guy, for the opponent to shoot it.
Shooting numbers better in the second half. Roach, instead of the pull-up, he goes. Proctor, way off. Rebounded Filipowski.
Roach should have shot that.
Should have shot
3 or 4 in a row.
No question.
It never hit the rim, so the shot clock is down to 4. Does Roach know it?
He knows now. John told him. Good. Oh, goodness.
Foul called with 1.1.
You know why I don't like this call? They're going to give him 3 because Bondelli was behind the foul. Didn't see the reach in.
A bailout in a 2-point game. Back in a moment. All right, Ernie, good stuff in Detroit. Here in Dallas, we've got a tight one between Duke and Houston. This was the call going into the timeout. So with 1.1 on the shot clock, Roach gets behind the three-point line, and the foul is called on Malik Wilson. So Roach is heading to the stripe for 3 attempts. They had nothing going on that possession.
Yeah, Wilson bailed him out right there. I mean, Francis was right there to contest on that shot. Roach is turning it up here. We've seen this a couple years ago in that Final Four run. Roach was the difference for Duke.
Simple leadership. We were talking last week in Brooklyn. John had him on the sideline with a computer during practice, going over some things, and I think age is taking over, relying on a guy who's been down the road. Not John's age, Roach's age.
He's had his March moments. He wants to replicate it. This team trying to get to the Elite Eight. NC State is already there with their win over the 2 seed in the South, Marquette, earlier tonight. 12 points now for Roach, all of them in the second half. And the scoring has picked up. It was 23-22 at the end of the break. It's 19-15 Duke here in the second half.
Same kind of play they ran, that little bump on the baseline.
Ball fake.
Nice pump.
Walker gives it up. Roberts couldn't catch it. Out of bounds.
Nice move right there. Great pump fake and drive, attacking the big. It just could not connect.
And that is 8 turnovers now for Houston. They come in averaging 8.9 per game. Doing it without Jamal Shead. Injured ankle, right ankle in the first half. Filipowski, one-on-one with Roberts. Spin, fend off, nudge, Banker, no, but a foul.
Boy, I've seen him be much more competitive. I mean, he worked hard, great footwork. Track the big fella Roberts and get to the line. That's number 3.
It is. So Filipowski will shoot a pair, 67% on the season, the sophomore from Westtown, New York.
Probably the only time today they didn't double team him down there. He was able to go one-on-one.
Well, look at the size of the team, too. They don't have the bigs.
Took Francis out.
Yeah.
First team All-ACC, Filipowski. Roberts stays in there. Defensively in the first 2 rounds, what they did against Vermont, held them to a season low. Second round, held JMU to a season low. And the scoring numbers are not going to be very gaudy here tonight in Dallas.
You know you're in for a tough night when you play Houston. You're not going to get the normal numbers you're accustomed to.
This is the largest lead, 6.
They got to ride this guy, and if you overhelp, find the guards.
Roberts back in on Young, the veteran.
A little nickel dimer here.
Foul call.
Young, 3.
Defending champions Man City take on 14-time winners Real Madrid to highlight an epic UEFA Champions League quarterfinal. Stream every match live starting April 9th on Paramount Plus. So number 3 on Ryan Young, 6th year of college basketball between Northwestern and Duke. Inside, the foul called. It's going to be Damian Dunn going to the free throw line.
And McCain just got caught. Nice pump fake. Dunn at a tempo. Mentioned the other night he played pretty well against this team last year. We argued over the points. I said 17, you said 16.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at the box score and it said 16, so I went with that number.
Where did you get your number from?
He always has to be right.
You're right, though. That caught the attention of Kelvin Sampson and the Houston coaching staff. He had eligibility. He transfers from Temple. And it's been a little bit of a roller coaster in terms of his role. But in recent weeks, he has started to contribute a bit more.
Well, Kelvin knows if you can score against him, you're pretty good.
That's true. He averaged 15.3 points per game last year at Temple. From Kinston, North Carolina, averaging 6.5 points per game this year, and they're going to need some scoring without Jamal Shead and his 13 points per game.
Smart here, force Duke to use a little bit of clock.
And they're going zone, I think, which they've done on occasion.
To protect themselves when they get foul trouble, or in this case, a small lineup.
And Duke might be able to offensive rebound if they get a good look.
Proctor,
nice cut.
Feed it. Filipowski drives to the rim for 2.
What a flash to the post. Great read. Instantaneous reaction.
11 points, 8 rebounds for Kyle Filipowski. The lead is back to 6. Handed off, Wilson.
Wilson.
Clear it, Cryer. Looking for a runway. Good pressure. Tight defense there from Proctor. Cryer. Outside of Walker. Got a 3.
How about that? What a fight. Walker 30% from 3. Doesn't get a lot of them.
Averaging just 2 points per game. Missed a month with that severely bruised knee, and they've needed the body. Him back in the lineup.
Injured in practice, too.
Got out of the zone right now, going back to the man-to-man.
Smart, right?
Smart.
Well, that was only his 7th 3 of the year. Big time drill.
Houston missed its first 4 threes of the night. They've made their last 2. It's 45-42 Duke.
Just elevate with the hook.
Filipowski counter. Couldn't finish with the offhand.
He went too fast right there. Just been a little bit more patient, but that right-handed hook shot
Had it.
was there.
Handoff to Cryer. Cryer keeps it low. Kick it. Time on the shot clock, 12.
High screen and roll coming.
Wilson with McCain.
Stringing it out with Young. Nice recovery.
Down to 4. Walker missed it. Rebounded by Young.
Great block out.
He's played well.
He has.
He knows his role.
Experience matters. In the NCAA tournament, Young's got it, and he's definitely provided what they've needed. Physicality, rebounding, toughness, 4 boards, 4 points. Duke up by 3 against the big. Roach fires. Oh, what a rebound. Filipowski tries to do it all in one motion. He's fouled.
I've seen him play some good games. He's on top of it right now, contributing big time. Keeping Duke ahead by 3.
Game summary, 45-42. Duke, the 4 seed in the South, leading the 1 seed Houston. 10 turnovers for Duke. Houston playing without Jamal Shead, the injured right ankle in the first half. Filipowski has done more tonight with 11 points, 9 rebounds, couple of assists. Shead rejoined his teammates to start the second half after getting x-rays that were negative. Tracy Wolfson reported earlier. They have not said he's out, but there's been no indications that he can play.
It feels like Duke is a 5-second call. Great defense by Houston.
They got the 5.
Yeah,
right?
got the 5.
They switched the screen beautifully. Took the outlet away.
I mean, you put the Francis on him too. Such a big guy, long arms, but no one open right there. Usually want to call a timeout about 3 or 4 seconds if you're the inbounder.
That is 11 turnovers now for Duke, above their season average of 9.6. Sharp, give it up. Roberts spins and scores.
And Young played it right, got on that left arm. He still was able to finish. I'll tell you what, Duke has had the momentum since Shead went down. That's a 1-point game. Give Houston credit, they're hanging in there.
They don't go away.
11 points, 6 rebounds for the senior Jawan Roberts from St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Roach makes his move on Sharp. Kick it out, Filipowski.
Got a 5.
To the jumper. It goes! A 3!
I looked at Sean. I bet John said, no.
I bet Shire was probably telling him to drive. Said, no, coach, I got this.
14 points, 9 boards for the young man known as Flip. 48-44, Duke.
Roberts loves to go left with that couple of dribbles.
Roberts powers in, missed it.
Oh, they got a foul.
Late whistle.
Yeah, sure. Maybe we didn't hear it too with the crowd. But this is one of those shots. Put it on the deck. Coach, I got it.
That's next level right there. Contested.
And that is 4 fouls on Ryan Young. So the numbers picking up offensively for Filipowski. But with that foul, Roberts going to the free throw line where he shoots it at 53%.
And ref, I like that play for Houston. Put Roberts at the elbow. Let them clear the side right there. You can't really help when someone's at the elbow like that. Let them go one-on-one as opposed to posting up. And now you can track.
He's the point center or point forward then, and now you got your shooters without a point guard on the wings as well.
So Mitchell in, Young sits. Duke leads by 4. Houston is 6 of 13 in the free throw line. These two teams did play in a closed scrimmage. Duke and Houston, prior to last season, John Shire told us that Kelvin Sampson was so gracious. They did travel to Houston. They rearranged the schedule to make it happen. Shire felt it was really important. His guys remember it, and he believes it will help them tonight.
Oh, nice read. Oh, my
Intercepted.
Goodness. How good is he?
Roberts flies in for the steal and saves it.
Sniffed that out beautifully. That's your center, folks.
12 Duke turnovers. 3-point game. Under 6 minutes to go.
Now he's a point guard. We'll talk about 2 leaders, Shead and this kid.
Back in. They got a foul call.
Filipowski.
Well, Filipowski got in his landing space right there. I'll tell you what, getting it done, doing everything, and you called it.
How about this read? Just
wow.
Beautiful reaction. If I could draw, it'd be great, you know? Bad angle, but what a read, huh?
Oh, man.
Center?
Well, they forced the switch, and in the presence of mind, to back down the smaller Jared McCain, take advantage, get to the line, and Houston just hanging around.
Third foul on Filipowski.
They say they got two great leaders. This is one of them. Shead, obviously, unfortunately, on the pines with that ankle injury.
Fifth-year senior, fierce competitor. Plays bigger than he is. He's 6'7", 235, but you just feel like he's bigger than that.
Agile, and mobile kid.
Timeout. Got a 2-point game.
Roberts not feeling good at half court either.
Needed a moment.
Yeah.
Teammates come to offer some support. The first two slots in the Final Four will be filled tomorrow on TBS. It all starts with Nissan NCAA tip-off at 5 p.m. Eastern. Well, look who's here. Tony Romo on hand. Our friend Jim Nantz could not make it tonight. Previous engagement.
They only had 2 seats.
that was it. But that is a seat unlike any other.
That's good.
Maybe Grant should go up and explain this game to him.
Great to see Tony here.
He was a basketball player in high school.
He was. Very good one in Wisconsin. And he's sitting in the Duke section. I wonder how Mr. Nance will feel about it.
Whoa.
Touchy.
Investigative reporter, Grant Hill. 48-46 Duke. 5.5 to play.
I'd use Young to screen just to get Roberts out of the play a little bit.
Filipowski against Francis. Uses the body and scores. Plus the foul.
I love that call.
Nice move.
And Young coming up for that screen, skips out. This is just great individual ability and some strength as well.
A lot
Buries
of
his guy.
The flex afterwards too, but a little bump there to create some distance. And Filipowski taking over for his team right now, doing it from outside and from inside as well.
16 points, 9 rebounds for Kyle Filipowski. ACC Rookie of the Year last season, first team All ACC this season. Chance to tack on another with 5:17 to go.
Pryor really running the point for this team. Generally runs it, gives it up, and gets involved in some low post bumps.
Missed it. Rebound. Tracked down by Duke. McCain the effort.
What a save.
Houston has not won a game this season when trailing with 5 minutes left. They are 0-4. On the season, they went 32-4.
And
Roach, the handles.
Nice hands by Sharp.
Knock away Sharp. Roach sticks with it. Ephus doesn't go. Rebounded by Roberts.
How competitive was that trip?
50-46.
It's got to be either Roberts or Pryor here.
Sharp gives it up. Pryor.
Here's that middle ball screen and roll.
Francis gets a touch, 5 to shoot. They need to get something going here. Pryor. Tough. Really tough.
He got away from the traffic beautifully. Little side step knockdown.
15 points to lead the team. Duke's lead is down to 2.
This kid wants to do it for his buddy Shead, no question about it.
Proctor. Gets it back, 9 to shoot. Under 4 minutes to play.
Look at that string out recovery.
Ball fake. Proctor drives and pulls up with a splash.
Did he get them organized?
9 points, Tyrese Proctor. Duke up by 4. 3.5 remaining. Pryor. Needs some help. Taken away by Proctor.
Back-to-back great plays by Proctor.
It was, and Robert sort of messed it up by going over there, bringing more action into it.
52-48 Blue Devils. Just over 3 minutes to play. Winner advances to the Elite Eight to play NC State, the 11th seed in the South. Joe with the big.
Nice handle.
Set up, pocket pass, Mitchell, a travel.
Oh, wow, what a fantastic cut and pass. But moving those feet by Mark Mitchell, and these guys are competing.
13 turnovers for Duke, coming down to the wire in Dallas. After all the games are over, Adam Lefkoe, Jay Wright, Candace Parker, Seth Davis, Auburn head coach Bruce Pearl. They've got the highlights, analysis, inside March Madness, presented by Buick, only on TBS. This was the call underneath. What a setup there by Roach. Mitchell shuffled the feet.
Yeah, I would shuffle my feet too if I saw Francis coming to block my shot. Mitchell in disbelief. A missed opportunity, a chance to go up maybe 6 in this very close game.
Pivotal.
In this second half, Duke has had 10 more field goal attempts than Houston. Duke's 11 of 24. Houston has shot it well, but 9 of 14. It's a 4-point game.
Sharp's been very quiet too. He's got to get busy. A lot relying on Cryer, and obviously Roberts with the screening.
Cryer, one-on-one.
Nice hands.
And once again, it's Proctor.
On both ends.
But it was a broken play right there. It looked like they were a little unorganized. Houston. Duke took advantage. Great hands.
Contain the dribble.
Third steal for Tyrese Proctor. Duke's got possession. 2:20 to go, up by 4 on Houston.
Back screen to big and a pop.
Filipowski draws a double. Got 2 men to commit for a moment. Kick it out. McCain back for Filipowski. 3 to shoot. 2 to shoot. Filipowski stumbles. It's going the other way.
Shot clock they're going to call. Maybe started a little bit late into their motion, but the good hands, good defense, good position.
So it somehow stayed in bounds on the roll. They just ran out of time. 2 minutes to go.
And Francis in the right spot to help out, too.
I wonder if Roberts goes back to that elbow where he had some success earlier.
Here they go. Good call.
So they're going to post him, though, instead.
No points in 2.5 minutes. Dunn sets it up. Roberts spins, kick. Dunn with 10 to shoot. They need points. Dunn doesn't get the goal. Snaps on the inside. Francis missed it. Point-blank range.
That's his game, too. What an opportunity.
A minute and a half remaining. 52-48 Duke.
They're going to open up the middle.
Here's Roach. 12 to shoot. Roach the drive. Fake. Jumper.
This kid is clutch. Goodness. He doesn't mind the moment.
And it's another March moment for Jeremy Roach. 14 points, all in the second half. Trying to give Duke a little bit of breathing room with a spot in the Elite Eight on the line. Duke 54, Houston 48. Duke getting some big plays. Jeremy Roach nailing the jump shot. Kelvin Sampson's family watching just behind the Cougars bench. And this is a nearly must-make situation now for Houston. 3 points in the last 5 minutes for the #1 seed in the South.
And no point guard now. So Cryer's going to have to run the show, maybe give it up and get it back. Sharp's another big weapon, and Roberts either the post up or right here. He's got to go right at it.
Trying to get a quick hitter. Roberts, get out.
Look at him go after it.
Rebound action. He tries to knock
it.
it off, and he does. He bangs it off McCain and then falls into photographers.
And Raph, that was 2 plays in a row. Missed shots, point blank. Roberts with great hustle there, not giving up. That's effort, that's heart right there. The previous possession, Francis missed as well. Not quitting at all. That's Houston basketball.
We are under a minute to play.
Good defense here by Duke.
They go long for Roberts.
Duke just needs really one stop right here.
That'll attack though.
Done. Give it up. Sharp drives in. The Euro. He hangs and hits.
And one.
Plus the foul.
Wow. How about that?
Looked like he lost the ball and fumbled it before he attacked off the bounce.
And it's Ryan Young who is done for the night.
Stayed with it though. Known as a shooter. Boy, he is impressive. physical presence at the rim.
So the quota for Ryan Young, 4 points, 4 rebounds. Houston can make this a one-possession game with a make at the line from Emmanuel Crash Sharp.
Right now, with Young fouling out, both teams using it as a timeout opportunity.
A freebie. Walker on the floor now. Set up their full court action after the make.
Helpless situation for Jamal Shead, who would be the man handling all of these moments for Houston. So it's Sharp to the line, where he's 2 of 2, 85% on the season. Fantastic sophomore year. Doubled his scoring. It's a 3-point game.
All Houston right now needs is a stop. They're in good shape.
They're going to play this trip out. I think you got to keep in motion if you're going to run the clock a little bit, just so you're in action.
I think it's going to be Roach, Filipowski, screen and roll.
And I think you got to get in the lane somehow, whether it's the ball screen or just individual ability.
Roach, fend off, 9 to shoot.
Look at that help.
Give it up, Filipowski. In and out. Rebound. Houston's got it. The door is open. 20 seconds left. Cougars are down by 3.
They got the timeout. Oh, what a good look Filipowski had.
It was a right read, too. Free throw line jump shot. Maybe his easiest uncontested shot of the game. Just could not convert.
That's like a layup at this level where they really diffused the double.
And then to secure the rebound right here, a lot of bodies in there. Mitchell on the glass.
Somehow they just are terrific. Houston coming up with missed shots, both ends of the floor.
Houston has 1 timeout remaining.
Just a resilient group.
And now you got to think a little bit. If you keep them out on the floor, what are you going to do with 5, 6 seconds? Are you going to give them a 3? Or are you going to give it? I mean, it's a big decision.
Well, I think if you have an opportunity maybe for some sort of flare screen or something to get Sharp open or even Cryer.
Right. But how late you keep them on the clock is the decision for Duke, too.
Right.
If you are going to give it, when do you give it?
Well, Houston, not a great free throw shooting team outside of Sharp and Cryer.
Are you thinking maybe if Francis gets a touch, you give him one?
Possibly.
Don't tell Shaq I said that.
They are 2 of 7 from 3-point territory.
You know it's going to be Sharp or Cryer getting the ball back after Cryer inbounds it.
They're going to add a little bit of time, 16.3. Cryer, the trigger man. Houston down by 3.
They'll pin down to get Sharp a touch.
It's Sharp. 14 seconds. Cryer drives in, looking for 2. Didn't have the angle. And knocked out of bounds. Houston's going to retain with 8.9.
Boy, what an opportunity to seal it.
They went for the quick 2 right here.
You can take a look now.
It looked like it was off Mitchell.
And that was the call.
Cryer was able to get back in bounds and make a play on the ball there. They're adding some more time, too.
And now you've got to think 3.
I think so.
They're Houston.
All right, Gene Steratore joining us right now. Just watch the sequence of events. Take us through.
Yeah, I've got it off Mitchell, Arn. I think what they're really looking at, I think Mitchell pushes through there. There's the last fingers to touch. It's where that basketball lands, too, because we know it has to hit something out of bounds, and it takes a pretty good shot, I think, almost behind the cheerleaders. So I think that's what may take some time for them to find exactly where this basketball lands out of bounds so they can get the time right.
Yeah, the ball got popped in the air. The call was made immediately by Jeffrey Anderson.
Now the big thing is the inbounds pass. The inbound passer is a danger. If you take another look at this.
So that's when it's up in the air. The clock is still rolling.
Yeah, it did go far into the back there. Maybe they'll take some time off the clock.
So it's still in the air, bounces right there, right around where we ended up at
that's
8.9.
right.
They got it right.
And getting back to the inbounder, he's important, whether it's Cryer, which they did earlier. The ability to pin down. A lot of people push one side and throw it cross-court on occasion. I don't think they have to do that on this situation. Too much of a gamble and plenty of time.
You might have time for 2, maybe 3 passes on this inbounds play.
Right. You know, a lot of things people like to run through is a baseline bump. Get it inbounds, pin on the baseline, go to the far corner.
But keep this in mind. Houston has 4 team fouls. So if they were to go in and take a quick 2 and then think about the foul game, you have to foul a lot. Basically, their only choice now, in my mind, using the data, is take a 3.
Yeah.
Right. No, I agree with that. I'm wondering if Francis gets a touch if they give one.
I think you got to go to Sharp here.
8.9 on the clock.
Sharp or Cryer. And there's a double whammy.
Houston down by 3. Wilson triggers in. Sharp, 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Sharp, jumper for the top. It's short.
I thought he made it. He's out of bounds going the other way.
0.8 on the clock. Sharp got a good look.
Well, he worked diligently to extricate himself. And the constant defense. Proctor didn't foul, challenged.
All Duke has to do is get it in cleanly. Filipowski comes to the ball, and that's it. Duke goes from sweet to elite. They knock off the 1 seed in the South. Duke is in the Elite 8 after a 54-51 win against Houston. The Cougar season comes to an end with their leader Jamal Shead out with an ankle injury. Duke does enough